All right, so in case some of you have forgotten to move or need a little extra reminder, we're going to go through a couple of the essential stretches to get rid of some of your stress and to move your body. So let's start by bringing your feet directly below your hips, pulling the stomach in to the spine, pulling the head up to the ceiling, and you're going to take a nice deep breath into the bottom of your lungs. And exhale, release the arms and the shoulders. And take a couple nice deep breaths in, rolling the shoulders all the way around and up to your ears. I want you to check your toes, make sure that they're completely parallel. If you have one foot that looks like to drift out, make sure it's facing completely front. Dig your feet in. Let's take a nice deep breath in, cross the arms in front. Bend the knees over feet, open the ribs, the hands up to the ceiling, opening, moving the hips. You can come up and down on the toes and getting some of the cracks out of those ankles. And stretch the arms wide with lots of energy. Now then take the right arm, deep breath in, open up the hip, the ribs, cross the same leg as arm over, and reach all the way over to the side. Let the hip, ribs, arm open up and come back. And nice deep breath in. That's raising the other arm up, crossing that same leg as arm over, and stretch that side open. You can reach a little bit further if you'd like, and come back to center. Both arms, both legs. And one more time, come all the way up. Stretching the body out, remembering to breathe deep in your lungs. We breathe really shallow, so we want to make sure we're using the bottom of our lungs. Next one, reach up again. Deep breath in, check those toes, make sure they're both parallel. Bend the knees, roll down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time, all the way to the ground, and let the back loosen up. Now step the feet wider, do a couple nice figure eights down here. And let the head, neck, back relax. And reverse your figure eights. Just being nice and loose. Let's take a nice deep breath in, come out into a flat back. Pull the stomach up to the spine, open up the rib cage, the neck, the chest, and exhale, round the spine. Inhale, open. And exhale, round the spine. So we're going to inhale, open the arms, clasp the fingers behind the head, open up the neck, the shoulders, the trapezius, and bend forward. Trying to keep both legs straight. And we're going to go side to side. Just trying to open up the hips here. And drop the arms, roll back up. Now step the feet and turn the feet externally rotated, making sure your knees are going to come over your feet. And we're going to come down into a big squat and press one shoulder forward, pressing the other hip back. It's known as the cowboy or cowgirl stretch. Always using mindful breath. Always exhaling as we push further into the stretch. And other side. And press further into your stretch. And alternate sides again, because it always feels good to stretch the body open. And you might forget that your hips are balls and sockets, and they should go in all directions, not just parallel. If you feel like you can, and you have good knees and abductors, come down and open up that adductor. Roll back and forth if you'd like. And switch to the other side. Rolling back and forth. Opening up the adductor. Doing the best you can. And since we're down here, we're going to come all the way down. And my favorite, and yours too, you're going to take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, fall over the legs. Stretching out these tight hamstrings. And low back. And we're going to go into a roll down. This is my favorite stretch for the entire spine and back to body. Stretch out from the back of your heels, calves, hamstrings all the way through the back to the top of the head. Breathing, opening up the chin and chest. Kind of shut the legs off. Scoot back in the stomach, keeping the head off the chest so you're not crunching through your airway. And drop down one vertebrae at a time. All the way down. And back, and take a nice deep breath in. Inhale and rolling up through the spine. Trying not to skip over your vertebrae. Take another breath and pull the stomach back and stretch long over the legs. If you need a little assistance, you can grab a kid, weights, whatever you have available. Put them on your feet. Stick them under a couch and let them help you roll down. Try to stay open. Try not to close the chest. And one vertebrae down at a time. All the way down. If you're ready and you're advanced, we're going to go into a roll back. If you need to, your arms can be here. If you can, put them up. Raise one leg up, the other leg up. Flex the feet if you can. And slowly initiating from the low pelvis, roll the legs back towards the chest and back to the wall behind you. Try to stretch nice and long, opening up everything. And slowly roll back down. Trying to drop and control one vertebrae at a time. Using your breath when you need to. Try to relax through the shoulders. And if you need to, you can always bring your hands at your sides for some extra support. But if you can, try not to use them. And we're going to roll right back up. Rolling back through the stomach, pulling the belly button back to the spine. And stretching long over the legs. We're going to go straight into a saw, one of my favorites. So we're going to try to find that nice straddle, not too wide. Try to loosen the hip flexors, pull the spine up, bring the shoulders far away from the ears, rotate the chest, and pressing the other hip down into the mat. You're going to stretch long. And using the stomach, pull yourself back up. Inhale, and stretch long. And then pulling it back up, always minding to drop your shoulders away from your ears, pulling up through the stomach, and rotate, and try to look at that backhand, and stretch it down. And pull yourself up through the core one more time, nice long neck, and rotate, and saw the other leg off, looking at that backhand, and pull it up. And now we're going to go onto your side to open up your back further. You bring the bottom leg is in front, top leg is out. Hand is coming out from your shoulder. Hand goes up to the ceiling. Look at the hand. Inhale and exhale. Try to bend the stabilizing arm and stretch all the way through. And roll it back up. And again, looking at the hand, following it with your eyes. Come through. Try to stretch out those hips, back and spine. And open, and one more time. And come through. And because it feels awesome, we're just going to straighten out the legs, switch the top leg in front, and roll the hips back and forth to open up the whole side because it never stops feeling wonderful to stretch. And then we're going to just switch the feet to the other side. We're going to start with this one again. Bottom leg is in front, top leg is in back. Open up the arm to the ceiling. Inhale. And on the exhale, come through and stretch that spine out. And bring it back up. And again, breathe. Coming through, really stretching that spine out. And opening up, following the hand with your eyes to make sure the whole body is in sync. And last time through. And stretch it up. Now we're going to come over. We're just going to go into a small arch here. And if we can, we're going to roll the shoulders. And if you can, reverse it. I know sometimes that gets difficult, so just do your best. And we're going to get a nice hamstring stretch here. You're going to bring the hands flat onto the mat. Try not to come up into fingertips. Stretch the legs back and up. Trying to flatten those heels into the mat. And you can rotate each foot, come over, stretching the ankle out while you're at it, and switch. Trying to keep those hands flat, stretching the ankles, and the back of the legs. And if you want to take it a step further, you can always raise one leg up straight and rotate that hip open. Breathing. And bring it down. And other leg comes up straight, pressing the opposite heel into the mat and open. And bring it down. And now we're just going to walk right back to the feet, bend the knees. We're going to try to place the fingertips close as we can to the feet. Take a nice deep breath in, relax the head, and on the exhale, try to leave your head and hand where they are. And straighten out those legs. Drop the head. Breathe in and out. Come back down. Walk your hands a little bit further back. And repeat again. Inhale. Drop the head and hands where they are. Open up those legs. And you can bend. And roll up through the spine. Pressing those feet into the ground. And we're going to open up the chest and back. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. Bend the elbows behind. Look up at the ceiling. Open the chin, chest, and neck and airway. And exhale, round through the top of the spine. Bringing the backs of the hands together. And inhale, open up. And exhale, round. And one more. Inhale, open up. And exhale, round forward. Drop the arms to your side. Take a nice deep breath in. Bring the top of the head up, elongating the spine. And bend the knees. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Slowly roll the chin to the chest. And the other one. And unfurl your head up. And we're going to reverse that. We're going to deep breath in, pulling the head up to the ceiling, dropping the shoulders, and bending the knees, dropping the shoulder, dropping the chin to the chest. Roll it around and pull yourself back up. Feel free to now grab your foam roller or anything you'd like. And remember, pretty much everyone needs to foam roll their IT bands. So you can bring it right under there, roll it all the way up and down. Get those knots out. Sometimes it's a little cringy, but it's worth it to feel the benefits later. And make sure you do both sides. I have my favorite bumpy roller, but take whatever roller you have. And if you don't have a foam roller, you can feel free to go into some other stretches right now. If we rushed through any of the other ones before, roll all the way down past that knee. Get all of those nice bumps in there. Sometimes it feels like you have speed bumps. And one last stretch. Cross one leg on top of the other leg. So I call it stacking your knees. Trying to get both hips on the mat. Take a nice deep breath in. And bring one arm over the ear. Back up to center, other side. And over. And back up the center. Deep breath in. Try to bring the chest down to the knees. And take an extra breath. Come up the center. Switch the legs. Don't forget to do both sides. Both hips, both legs. As much as you can, stack the knees. If you're up here, that's fine too. Wherever you're at, just try. Because it's not going to get any better if you don't. And again, reach one arm up and over the ear. And come back to center. Up and over the other ear. And back up to center. And again, try to keep both hips on the mat. Come forward. And take an extra breath here. And come back up. Again, if you want to do any extra foam rolling, I always encourage that. But just want to give you a friendly reminder to stretch your body. Breathe deep in the bottom of your lungs. Take a nice deep breath in. Drop your head. And slowly unroll the body. And come up to standing. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday.